Hi, everybody. I am Kristen Engelke. I am your guide for today's Bliss Break. If you're joining us for the first time, a Bliss Break is an easy mental exercise that you can do to reduce stress, manifest peace, and capture joy in your life. Each idea typically takes less than 10 minutes, doesn't cost any money. It can be done anywhere to almost any time. Today, we're going to be focusing on sending love to our solar plexus chakra. It's also known as our third chakra, and it's an energy center that's located from the belly button to the breastbone or your chest area. It's represented by the color yellow, as you might have discerned from my pictures on social media, and it is also represented by the element fire and the sound of Ram. This chakra governs our personal power, our personal sovereignty. This is the home of our warrior energy, also an area of transformation, digestion, and metabolism. So you start to see some patterns in this energy center, which I think are really cool. As a reminder, the last few sessions, we talked about our first chakra or the root chakra. This was our foundation. And once we got that secure, we are able to move into our next or second chakra, the sacral chakra, which we talked about last time. This is the home of our emotions. And once we get those emotions under control and understand how they influence us and how we can access them and use them for our benefit, then we move into this realm of the third chakra. Last time we talked, our Bliss Break was really focused on diagnosing if our second chakra was open, was it overactive, was it closed? The third chakra is a little more obvious for people when they know that the third chakra has that stomach connection. So if people have an imbalance in this area, they usually are already experiencing physical discomfort when they eat or eating disorders. It might be something like reflux every night after dinner, or it could be something more severe. You might have an ulcer, be experiencing pain, have a lot of food sensitivities or sensitivities that come and go, perhaps based on your stress experiences. So there's a lot of physical indications, as opposed to with our second chakra, there were a lot of emotional indications. So that's a little harder for us to pinpoint. Your wheels are already turning. You're already wondering if this is an area of balance or imbalance for you. That may even shift day by day. So because it's easier to diagnose if it's open or overactive, our Bliss Break today is going to focus a little bit about learning the quality, I would say, of this particular chakra. And then we're going to talk about some ways that you can instill a little balance. I also wanted to make note. We talked a lot last session about attachments and addictions. And with those being so interlaced with our emotions, what's really interesting is if you watch somebody that moves from a place of attachment or addiction into a place of maybe sobriety or separation from that addictive behavior, that person steps into a remarkable place of personal empowerment. And this aligns perfectly with our energy centers that go up the spinal column, because obviously when we get our emotions under control and those aren't driving the bus anymore, we move into this space where we start to really connect with what is my personal purpose. I'm connected with my motivation. I am very solid in my self-esteem. That's what having a very balanced third chakra looks like. And of course, there is a sliding scale for all of this. So it can look a little bit different for different people. All right, as with all bliss breaks, I'm going to encourage you to sit up straight so that you're opening up this energy center that runs from just above the top of your head to just below the seat where your spine hits the chair. Straighten those up, get as tall as you can. Taking a few deep belly breaths, setting your feet on the floor if it's at all possible, and begin to breathe deeply but organically. Today, I would like you to put your hand onto your belly, onto that area between your navel and your breastbone. And this is going to help us determine the quality of this area. It not only allows you to feel as you breathe in and you breathe out, but you may also sense a temperature or quality change during the exercise and as the exercise progresses that I think you'll find interesting. So keep breathing. If it is safe for you to do so, I'd like you to close your eyes so that you can focus on that third eye in your mind, this center for your imagination, where we connect to all things in our imagination first before they outpicture into our reality. Continuing to take deep breaths. And in your mind's eye, I'd like you to picture this tummy area where your power lies. Pay attention to what it looks like and concentrate on what it's doing. Maybe this area shows up as a very robust campfire for you, outdoors in the wilderness. Instead, maybe it was a fireplace in your home, at your hearth that's warm and inviting, that you're putting logs on at a regular pace. Continuing to hold your stomach. Maybe you see a bonfire that you recall from college or your younger days. Or perhaps this stomach area shows up as just a few embers that are hardly burning. A fire that's a little past its prime. Don't judge it, but I do want you to pay attention to the quality of how this fire appears. There's not a right or wrong, but the type of fire that's showing up in your imagination is important. Are you able to smell the fire? Concentrate on what it's doing. Does this fire in your belly dance? Is it roaring? Is it so hot that you're inclined to move backward to become more comfortable? Or do you have a sense that you need to lean into the fire and blow on it just to keep providing it with oxygen, to keep it going? Keep taking some deep breaths to encourage the imagination. Pay attention to your hand. Is your belly distended and uncomfortable? Maybe it's empty, desiring more food. All these little nuances can be important to tell you about the status of your personal power. So ask yourself about your personal power. Where in your life do you have power? A relationship, an experience in work or school. Instead, what might come up is where you wish you had power. That can be just as telling as where you see yourself having power? Are there aspects of your life that you feel called to give power away? Maybe you've held power in a situation for so long that it's actually become a burden, and it's time for you to hand that over. It's not important for you to keep that power any longer. And if you feel an immense sense of freedom by imagining handing that power over to somebody else, that is a clear indication that it could serve your self-esteem and serve your personal image of yourself. Where do you wish you had it? Or where do you wish you could give it away? All important aspects of our power. I want you to keep breathing a deep belly breath and refocus on that fire in your belly area. Has it changed since you considered the quality of the power you have or don't have in your life? What did it become? Did it morph? Did it stay the same? Maybe it got stronger, or maybe it got weaker. Go ahead and use my voice to bring yourself back into the room where we started our bliss break. Shake out your hands, just kind of return to the room, opening your eyes whenever you're ready. And I'll share with you a little bit more about the third chakra. As you've probably seen, this is a very powerful energy center, literally. It is a great place to pay attention to and also to keep into balance because it does affect everything above it and everything below it. As with all Bliss Breaks, I like to provide you with resources for expansion. So here's a couple of ideas in addition to this Bliss Break exercise that you can use to continue to work on balance. I have read so many books on chakra balancing, chakra work, energy healing. It's literally ridiculous. I don't even know where I get some of this stuff sometimes. But a couple of ones that I really love and that I've recommended to people and gotten a lot of positive feedback from are learning self-defense or like taking a taekwondo class, something like that. There is a very strong connection between your third chakra and physicality or being physical. Even learning a sport to some extent could help balance you in this area. And it does increase self-esteem to play a sport and have that connection of self-determination and a goal. But I think it also allows us to connect with our own power. And when we learn self-defense and learn how to protect ourselves emotionally, physically, spiritually, that can be very empowering. Something as simple as practicing boundaries by saying no can be also very empowering. And I would encourage you to write and repeat power-filled affirmations about yourself that can increase your self-esteem as well. Those are all great ways to continue to balance your third chakra. As always, I do love when you can see where you're going with this, and just a couple of brief benefits to balancing your third chakra. This energy center, think of it like a golden disc, and it will give you a strong ability to focus. It can provide you with authority to make things happen in your life. If you understand your purpose, you can get there. You can have that goal. Once we can see those goals, they're easier to achieve naturally. Gives you choices at home and at work, and it can bring peace to life and to relationships. Those are just a few of the benefits of working with and balancing your third chakra. Before I let you go, I want to remind you that practicing bliss breaks will support you in becoming more aware of the beauty and the abundance that's already present in your life. Take a few moments of every day, or a lot of moments in every day, to acknowledge the power of your thoughts and the purpose of your experience, and you will improve your health and your well-being. I'm so grateful that you took some time in your day to take a bliss break. Please connect with me on Instagram, on Facebook, mark your calendars, and join us every Wednesday at 1:30 Mountain Time for the next bliss break. I'm going to end the recording now, but I'm happy to stick around and answer questions. Take care.